George Clooney, a new crew is in town. Okay, maybe not new, because what you're looking at is a painted con job in France from 400 years ago. A team of women, each with their own role, pulling off a classic daylight robbery. And before you write it off as just another old painting, think of that time you were in a crowded place in a super touristy city, and a bunch of cute little kids ran up to you asking for your signature for a worthy cause. While you're busy with that clipboard they handed to you, quick little fingers slip into your bag. This happened to me, but luckily I didn't sign the so-called petition. Fake charities, distract and grab schemes, the setup hasn't changed, only the tools. But what about the mark? In this painting, The Fortune Teller by George de la Tour, a well-dressed, clean-shaven young man stands in the center with his hand held out. At first glance, it looks like he's about to receive the coin that's in the old woman's hand. But no, he's about to have his palm read. The young man's side eyes make him appear nervous or wary, and take a closer look at his outstretched hand. His fingernails are dirty. It's a very strange detail considering the rest of his appearance. Maybe he's a student who uses ink, or maybe he's not quite who he claims to be. Or maybe the artist wanted to drop a clue. He might be book smart, but he lacks the street sense to survive. Surrounded by women with purpose and intent, this passive, unaware young man doesn't stand a chance. He's not just a victim, he's a symbol of naivete, of trust given too easily. And in Latour's hands, he becomes a commentary on our vulnerability, how easily we can be distracted, persuaded, and robbed without even realizing it. Now, let's meet the crew. This Romani woman, the fortune teller, is the distractor. She's about to read his palm, or at least make it look that way. As she gestures with the coin in one hand, she keeps his attention on her. The coin is part of the ritual. She may toss it or shake it. It's a bait to build the illusion, something she might claim will reveal his fate. Her job is to hold his focus, create a sense of trust, and buy time while the rest of the team moves in. Notice the hand? That's the hand of the extractor. She reaches into his pocket, fast, confident, and without hesitation. Another hand appears behind him. That's the handler, standing just out of view. She won't touch the mark directly, but she's ready to take the goods and disappear. And finally, there's the cutter. Bold enough to snip the gold medal he's wearing, she has to be fast, precise, and subtle. If she pulls it off, it might be the most valuable piece of the haul. And you may have noticed that she does not appear to be a Roma. At first I thought she's related to the young man, but it seems like she's part of the crew. Or did she see an opportunity and jumped in to get a piece of the pie? However you slice it, this isn't just a painting. It's a scam frozen in time. So why did Latour paint this? Well, he wasn't alone in painting this scene. Apparently, Baroque artists loved a good fortune teller scene, and Caravaggio may have started the trend as early as 1594 with this painting. Here, a Romani girl reads the palm of a well-dressed boy. He gazes at her rather confidently, but look at what she's doing. She's gently stealing his ring. Caravaggio painted a second version a year later, and this time the mark looks even younger, even more naive. And again, the ring disappears. Other artists followed in a similar vein. The characters were familiar: a wealthy mark, a mysterious fortune teller, and often a partner in crime. So Latour may have followed this trend, but he added a quiet twist. No drama, no drastic shadows, just soft light and stillness. Like a scam so smooth, you almost don't notice it's happening. These scenes weren't just about fortune telling, they were cautionary tales. Was fortune telling really that widespread in 17th century France? Yes, it was actually all over Europe. In the streets, Romani women, once commonly referred to as gypsies, read palms, told stories, and made money off of curiosity. Over time, a Romani woman in dark hair with a headscarf became visual shorthand, representing not just mystery and temptation, but a subtle warning. These paintings also shaped how people saw the Roma, always depicted as living on the edge of the law. And that's because while fortune-telling wasn't exactly illegal, it operated in a gray area of fraud. For example, in France, the fortune teller could be jailed if the fortune turned out to be false. But reporting a fortune teller could backfire too, because if you admitted to asking for a reading, you could be fined. That said, people still sought out fortune tellers because when life is hard, even a glimpse into the future can feel like a gift. Today's online tests and quizzes claim to predict your future, or even how many kids you will have. I strongly doubt there's any truth to this, but it's entertaining and at worst, just a waste of time. But once money gets involved, its intention is no longer innocent. Scammers, hustlers, opportunists, whatever you call them, they understand human nature. If people want hope, someone's ready to sell it. So this 400-year-old message in the painting? I think it still matters. Fortune telling on the street may have been replaced by online psychic available to you 24/7, but the psychology stays the same. And that's what makes this painting timeless. The fortune is just a bait, and the real trick is making you believe it's real while someone else makes off with your money. Art doesn't just capture the past. It shows us how little we've changed and how easily we still fall for charm, confidence, and the illusion of certainty. So next time someone offers to show you the future, maybe keep one hand or both on your wallet. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.